Everyone, Hoba Yeti here. Got down to like 31 degrees last night, fairly cold. It's supposed to get warmer, and then I guess next week sometime, probably around Thanksgiving, it's gonna get cold and stay cold, maybe. Um, I'd like to show you my new camp setup. I've got it's over here, over there. I was able to get a new tent thanks to some donations from a few subscribers out there. Thank you. Um, I was also get a paycheck from my recent employment for my part-time hours um, as a bag boy at a local supermarket, and I was able to, like I said, get the tent, a new tarp, some other things. But I'd like to show you my winter camp setup, just because um, it's keeps me pretty warm overall, and keeps it survivable and comfy. So let me go ahead and do that. All right, so the tent is a 7x7 Coleman something or other. The tarp on top is a 15x12, I think. Um, but the tent is pretty okay. 7x7. I don't know if I can show you everything here. So on one side, I've got my sleeping uh, pallet type deal. I've got the memory foam down here, and I've got a sleeping bag, a cheap one, that's kind of wrapped around the top. And there's another piece of memory foam in there. And then underneath it, I've got the throws and things like that. I got the pantry. It keeps the ground from absorbing my warmth. Keeps me pretty cozy. I've got a 10-degree mummy bag that I just kind of lay on top of me like a camp quilt. And then I've got this guy, which is a 30-degree bag, which stays on the bottom side. It is a little wet down here because of the condensation, and I'd like to talk about that here for a minute. I don't know if you can see, but here we go. So on top of so I went ahead and set up the tent with its little rainfly and everything. I don't know why they do these half rainflies, they're kind of crappy. But then on top of it, I went ahead and put an old sleeping bag, and what that does, that covers most of the top. You can see where it's dark along the edge. That's where and basically, if I didn't have that, I'd have the condensation dripping down on me from up above constantly. Uh, but there's no condensation here where it's at. The only condensation I have is where it's light down there, and on the front of the tent, on the inside. On the inside of this, you can kind of see it's kind of glossy. Um, that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to get it's kind of a tent koozie. Honestly, it keeps it warm, the warmth in, but also keeps it from getting too juicy. It keeps it from getting too wet. So I'm going to get another sleeping bag. I'll probably push this one back, and I'll use it for the front area because I can't deal with. The thing is the wetness is not really a problem in the short term, but it tends to make everything smell sour if you don't take care of it. And then I'll figure out something. Like, I'm not really concerned about the wetness along the far side, just where I'm sleeping and the front side. I've got a bin here, my smoke stuff. I got a towel because sometimes I just got to wipe this dew off or whatever, the condensation. But I've got a bin here that takes care of that keeps my freshly laundered clothes or gently worn clothes in here, and keeps them from, like, I smoke inside the tent with the flap open, but I don't want everything getting smelling like smoke. But also my dirty clothes I just keep over here in the corner. I don't want you just want to keep a fresh smelling pair of clothes or a couple. And then I've got my backpack, my day pack, my drinks, and then in the back, I've got a smaller tote or bin, lockable, to keep the animals from getting into my tent and burrowing through my tent to get stuff. Um, that orange bag is my electronics bag. All I've got is cords and plugs right now. When I set up for the night, what I do is I'll set them underneath, like along the edge, uh, not like directly underneath me, but my body warmth basically keeps them. Batteries tend to really cold really has a bad effect on them, so um, I keep them along the edge, uh, sandwiched in between the memory foam pieces, and uh, they maintain their power and don't dry up. Um, let's see. And I've got my medicine up there and stuff. I've got a pair of tent shoes. I don't want to have to put on my boots every time I get out to go to the bathroom. That's pretty much it. That's my winter camp setup. It got to be about 31 degrees last night. I stayed fairly toasty. I did wake up, like sometimes I'll get overheated at night, and I will I'll just shuck off the covers, and then I'll wake up like a half hour later, freezing at my shoulders or whatever. I don't really sleep with clothes on, or to any great extent. I wear um, like when I'm in my tent, when I get back from work or anywhere, I'll have a pair of shorts that I wear, tent shorts, and a t-shirt. That way I'm not getting them dirty just by living in them. Um, Same with the shoes, right? Tent shoes. And so I'm able to kind of maintain the cleanliness of my other clothes. Um, but overall, uh, it's all good. It's all good. I'm pretty happy with it. I stay warm enough, and that's key in this kind of weather. I hope your road's a good one. Um, and if you're homeless, I hope it doesn't suck for you. Attitude is everything. Obi Yeti signing off.